getting audio now. Getting audio now. Are we getting audio now? Getting audio now? Are we getting audio now? Okay, we're going to switch back to that. Let's mute this. Okay, can I still hear myself? There we go. Right, is everything set up? There we go. Right, is everything set up? You hear me now? Great. Okay, it looks like I've got to use my laptop mic, but my Bluetooth earphones for some reason. Let me drop a link to this. Okay, it looks like I've got to use my laptop mic, but my Bluetooth earphones. Okay, so what I'm going to do, that's the best way of doing this. I can't see the comments while I'm playing because I'm only on a single screen, so I'm going to try and pull comments up on my phone. So I can still respond to what people are saying. There we go. I've got my phone inside of a sellotape holder on the table there, so that works. I can see everyone. So the goal for this is just to test out some new features. I haven't been able to add all the features I said that I wanted to, but I have made it possible for storms to recycle. So we're going to be testing that out, and I'm going to be erasing my progress and just starting again. Hopefully I can give some tips if people are struggling. I know a lot of people are saying that this game is difficult and that contracts are hard. So I'm just going to show some of the strategy and tactics and how to level up. So if this doesn't blow my eardrums out when it loads. If you don't mind my curiosity, which country are you from? I'm from the UK. I live in the northeast of England. I'm in Newcastle. So let's set this up. So I've changed a few things. So now when you mouse over each of these settings, it explains what they do. I'm going to drop this down to stream, and I'll drop that down to 360p. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I'm going to put that to intermediate mode. Number of cells 3 is fine. That's fine, that's fine. I'm going to disable intercept location just because I don't really feel like I need it. Tornado spawn probability, since I'm live, let's set that to say 70%. Let's even say 80% because I don't have that much time. And let's give them a 70% chance of recycling. Okay, let's apply, and then we'll go back into the game. Phone's turned off, that's helpful. Let's turn low power mode off. Watch for trees in the road. I'll have to look out for that. So first things first, it's useful to orient yourself and know whereabouts you are on the map. So just south of Silverfield. And best thing you do when you first start, your radar's not that great, so it's best just to get out the truck. Just use your eyeballs, look around and see what there is. You can see for much further than your radar can scan initially. Go and have a look at some of the vegetation. So yeah, I've been working on adding more vegetation to this. There's a touch react system which I haven't enabled, so I'll need to test that out, but essentially what it does is as you walk towards vegetation, it'll like bend and fold away from you. Got a giant bush here. Won't offer much protection from tornadoes though. So we need to wait for something to form. You should actually be able to jump in the game. For some reason the first person controller that I'm using, it stopped reacting to the spacebar, which would allow you to jump. Right, we've got something going up there to our southeast. So we just want to position ourselves in the general vicinity of it. If it's in the southeast, it's probably going to move northeast. Sorry, if it's in the southwest of the map, it's probably going to move northeast. So let's just explain the tactics here. We're in Silverfield, it's going up to our southeast, but it's on the southwest segment of the map, which means it's likely going to move northeast. They move from wherever they spawn generally towards the centre of the map, with some randomization, so it's not an exact thing. So I think the best thing we can do is go north and shoot east, and then look for a good intercept opportunity. If you pay close attention with the new vehicle asset I'm using, you can actually hear the air flowing over the truck. That's what that kind of like whistling, like rushing sound is in the background. Like I say, we've got 2 cells. So the first thing you want to do is just get yourself in the general area of the storm, and if you can, try and position yourself ahead of it. At the start it's difficult to tell which way the storms are moving. But so just getting yourself in the general area is the best thing to do. IDAR, yeah, start with IDAR. Move to radar once you've increased the range a bit. Well, Pilot Hill's in trouble, so I reckon we'll just continue along this road. It's 5 minutes, 6 minutes till it gets hit. We're going 65 miles an hour. It's probably about a mile away at this point, so we'll get there before the tornado. So let's get across to Pilot Hill and warn them, and then we'll look for an opportunity to intercept. Dayspring, 8 minutes, that's back over there. With it being 8 minutes, there's a chance the tornado could dissipate before it gets there. Let's focus on Pilot Hill for now. So there's the tornado forming there. So the interceptometer is alive, so now we want to pay attention and try and get that intercept down less than 100 meters. So let's go one Pilot Hill first. We've got another one going up to our left. These are probably going to move towards each other, so we've got to make sure we don't get trapped between them. Gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so interceptometer. Gotta watch for suddenly locking the brakes up. Okay, less than a kilometre now. So let's get positioned. Gonna drive on up Twister Hill. Or Hailstorm Hill, or whatever you prefer to call it. So, wow, that's growing rapidly. Our ETA is still less than 4 minutes, which means we're going to have enough time to position ourselves exactly where we need to be and judge the tornado's strength and choose the correct contract. So let's get up the hill here. Less than 100 meters, and then it'll get to the point where it suddenly says no intercept, and that's pretty much when you're exactly where you need to be. Now it's gone up to 250. The tornado might be turning. truck, maybe run up this hill, check out what's going on. Okay, look at the size and the rotation speed. I'm probably just going to go for the lowest contract there is. So F1, F2, preferably F1. I'm going to guess that's an F1 just because it's rotated quite slowly. This is one of these tornadoes, but I don't think so. It's got to be that one. So I'll snap a picture while I'm at it. Jeff Sykes guesses an F3. Okay, well, it'll be fun to have a guessing / gambling game going on for one. Let's see what contract, because the wind's picking up. Okay, I'm just going to do contract 6. We'll have some clipping there. Deploy. This thing's very rapidly moving towards us. I think I'll escape to the north. That gives more options for road networks to follow. I will probably hang out here for a bit. Try and get a view of the tornado there. I'm surprised you're not actually increasing that much. I guess it's one of these ones which is coming at us. I think we can write this one out. We're going to hold the handbrake down. Use the spacebar. I think we can write this out. Is it down? Okay, we've got F1 wind speeds there. Oh, this is starting to get a bit sketchy. I think I'll escape to the south. We've got a massive wedge over there. Might take a bit too long to get over there though. Oh, this thing's rapidly intensified. Look at that. I think we're going to complete this contract. It's almost at 100 miles an hour. There we go. So I think we're getting some F2 strength there. So what I'm going to do is try and go for another intercept. I think I'm going to try and stack this contract as well. Or chain in, or whatever you want to call it. So the next one pays twice, so... contract 7 looks like, well, I'll need to fix that. That shouldn't be happening. I think something to do with the camera, near and far planes. So I think what we'll do is we'll try and position ourselves in front of it and go for another intercept. So it says the nearest intercept location is less than 1 kilometre away. next left. Should be just about coming up. You can drift in this, but you don't have to really use the handbrake. If you brake and then turn and then accelerate into it, you usually break the friction with the tyres on the road enough to drift. Didn't do a very good job there though. What I might do, I might just drop the view distance down a bit, and that down just with streaming and playing the game at the same time. It's put a bit of strain on the system. Should get us a few extra frames. So it's just the same thing again. Keep an eye, watch the tornado. You only really need your radar to get in the general area. Watch the tornado, watch your interceptometer, and position yourself in front of it and deploy. It takes about a rope out, but cells can recycle now, so just as a rope's out doesn't mean that the chase on that cell's over. So I have to be careful because it can put another tornado down, which can be a different strength. So that wasn't what an F2. They could put a mile wide F5 down next in a few seconds' time. So you have to keep your situational awareness around. Look over our right shoulder now, we might see it start to put down into the tornado. Unless the cell has decided not to cycle, in which case we'll have to go after another one. Okay, I think there's a road up to our left which we can take. Try and head on over there because it looks like this cell's actually fizzled out. So we'll stay on this one and hope that it cycles. Yeah, so there's a bridge there. Did we leave our probe? Oh no. I'll need to fix that. It's still got a reference to the deployed probe and not the probe model that's in the truck. So what happens is when you deploy the probe behind the scenes, this one gets animated and then it drops a separate model in the exact same place as the animation, and the animation disappears seamlessly, so it looks like one smooth motion. And now what it looks like is it's kept track of where it deployed the probe last and thinks it's there. So that distance meter needs fixed, so I'll add that to my never-ending to-do list of things to change in the game. It's a good thing to have. Never want to run out of ideas or improvements. This cell's probably going to come this way. I think we'll wait and see if this drops anything. I think it is. That's might as well playing tricks on me. Ooh, Stratford. 3.5 minutes. I don't think we're that far from Stratford, actually. Where are we? It's the longest 5 seconds ever. Twister's my favourite movie as well, surprisingly. Okay, we could try and off-road it carefully, because you can hit rocks and logs now and get killed, so try and head southeast towards Stratford, towards that cell. So I'll just take it easy. Oh, well, there's the tornado. And our intercept is less than 1 kilometre, so maybe rather than moving straight towards it, we'll want to move at an angle, see if that places us in a better position or not. Whoa. Well, that's disappointing because now I've lost my progress on the other contract as well. But let's go for it. And we've still got less than a kilometre intercept, and has this dropped us in Stratford? That's really helpful. So where's the siren? Where's the siren? Where's the siren? Yes, I know I did design this, but I'm still a bit disoriented. There it is. That's why the sirens are like 3 times the real life size. Help you find them. Okay, we've got less than 2.5 minutes, and that still reaches the centre of Stratford, not necessarily till it starts hitting the first houses. Ooh, intercept. This is going to be a good intercepting point as well. Don't know why this has turned into a bridge. This shouldn't really be a bridge, but oh well. And that shouldn't be floating. So I'm going to fix that as well. It looks like it's just going to miss. So we've got less than 2 minutes to find the intercept point. Okay, less than 100 meters. And then choose a contract. Intercept point is somewhere around here. See if I had any tornado reports. Let's just let it update. No, so we're just gonna have to look at the best. Shouldn't be moving. See what the best contract is. 100 F2. Okay, let's go for that. Don't know why it's getting that affected. The winds are only 80 miles an hour. It's hard to get. I'm wondering if there's some sort of bug here. It shouldn't be. Can't affect it this much by 120 mile an hour winds. I have to recheck the game logic for that. Let's go and watch Stratford get demolished, because that's always fun. Oops. Another log. Found a weakness from intercept. What tornado is that on about? Less than a minute. I don't see any other tornado. I think that's starting to weaken. Oops. So I was reading comments there. To die. Is there a cell just spawning on top of us here? Yeah, take a look at contracts. Oh, we might have saved some lives actually. Yeah, we've saved 51 lives in Stratford. We can upgrade our equipment then. First thing I want to do is upgrade our speed. And then radar range. And the max number of samples. The sampling rate. The refresh rate. quality. Yeah, so we'll earn some money for the lives we saved there. So we've got that cell over there. Let's maybe head over there. Some terrain clipping there, that needs fixed. I think with enough practice, people could get pretty good at drifting this truck. Might be a bit easier to control in first person view though. Yeah, let's get on this cell. Is that cell dying? It looks like it's dying. Oh, maybe it's strengthening. Whatever it's doing, let's get under it. So both of them are fizzling out there. Yeah, let's just hang out at Pilot Hill since it's the centre of the map, and we'll decide what to do next. It says I've got a strong cell going to our southeast. I don't see anything. Oh wait, no, yeah, we do. That cell's strengthening. Okay, let's head on up Hailstorm Hill. So I think Bill and Joe have the argument about the sensor somewhere around here in the movie. And the tornado drops somewhere around, I'm guessing the very top of the hill. Out here. Full family. Good job with the game. Thank you. I love the video you made as well. It's very entertaining. It's good the way you've edited and cut it so that it's constantly engaging. I guess live streams like this are a little less intense, just because I can't cut out the dull bits of driving places. But you edited it together and presented it really well, so thank you for that. Okay, intercept. Oh, we need to be. There it is. Okay, there's quite a lot of motion in that, so I reckon that's a stronger tornado, maybe F3, F4 strength. So intercept, we're less than a kilometre from the intercept point here. If it starts increasing again, it means that we've gone past the best place, so we may need to take that road. Let's see how we do. No less than 500 metres. Not kill myself by crashing into one of these poles. Less than 100 meters, okay. choose a contract. Let's do contract 8. Let's deploy. Is it dying already, or is it strengthening? No, looks like it's strengthening. Pilot Hill's got less than a minute till it's demolished. I kind of want to see if we make this intercept. $3,000 bonus as well. 4 minutes, but his ETA is less than 2 minutes. I'm starting to get the camera shake, which means the tornado's getting close. I'll get inside once the wind speed gets to 3 digits. I think my person is getting pulled in. Maybe I can't wait until a 3-figure wind speed. Yeah, let's get out of here. Power slide. Shifted, looks like it's still coming for me. So we've got our mission, so let's try and chain that with another mission. Let me just try and get to safety here, because that's getting quite close. I forgot there's logs and rocks and that. Use a handbrake, it's pretty good at keeping us still. How far I can actually zoom? About there. Power flashes. So you may notice the tornadoes are a lot slower moving now. Should just make these intercepts easier. Maybe I'll put the contractor screen again, another. That one. Yeah, the winds are accelerating the truck, so I'm just going to keep a hold of the space bar to the park and brake on. Because we're already within the F1 wind field, which means if we complete this contract just by driving close to the tornado, then we're going to get 3x on our next contract. And then I think at that point I'll cash in an upgrade and then call it a night. Because it's 10 to midnight here and I've got to be up early tomorrow. So, I can't stay up too late. Let's go pick up our probe. It's already halfway done. Really, it's quite confusing driving in a third-person perspective. There we go. Come on, load up, load up, load up. Right, one thing you had, once it starts to move, you can start driving. It's a little sketchy, but it works. Let's get back on this thing. The storm might cycle, so... Just move in that direction, so we're carefully off-road down here. Down here it's near the river, which means there's not really many rocks and things. It's mainly just soil and mud. So let's carefully carefully off-road along the edge of the river. We're in an indestructible Jeep, so we should be fine. When Silverfield's in danger, but I can't bother to drive all the way over there, so I'm just going to let all those people die. See, look, we're F1 wind speeds again. So we could probably deploy here. And deploy. And then one trick you can do, another trick, is while you're deploying, if the wind speeds are weakening, just keep driving, because you've still got some time before it actually deploys. Helps you get it closer and a few extra samples as well. We're about to change our second contract here. There we go. So now we're getting 3x on the contract, so now we can really start making bank. It's starting to die, but it can cycle now. New feature, so let's get in front of it. To get back on that road. I do need to manually adjust all the roads, but we're talking hundreds of miles of roads, so it is quite time consuming. I don't want to delay updates just while I do a manual tedious task, because then everyone's just going to be waiting. So for now we'll just have to put up with a bit of a bumpy transition between the road and the rest of the terrain. But it will get better, I promise. I'm always looking. Oh yeah, it's not a Jeep, it's a truck. It's a yellow truck. It's a treep. So less than a kilometre from an intercept point, less than 500 metres. Losing it. There we go. Saved it. No, not a kilometre. Ah, is it this thing which is coming after us? Yeah, this may be our new target then. Keep an eye behind us though, this might still put something down. Don't die, damn it! Okay, we've just lost our contract chain, so that's disappointing. Hey, we saved 51 people. Okay, I'm going to try for one more contract. And then call it a night. So this could put something down. Or it could just die. That one over there is dying as well. And that one's dying too. Oh, we've got some. Oh wait, no, maybe that one's not dying because we've got 3 other storms now. Oh, what's that? Looks like a tornado to me. So that's situational awareness. So that is to our west, kind of southwest. We're in Stratford, so we need to head south and then west to get in the general area, and then we should start using our interceptometer to. So use your radar to get in the general area, use your interceptometer to get in the specific location, and then try and chain as many contracts without crashing into rocks and dying as you can. Graphical update. So I did increase the ambient lighting. Jeff Favagno noted that the shadows on some places, and they still are quite dark in some areas, so I bumped up the ambient lighting, and then in the post-processing I increased the exposure time a little bit, so things are just a little bit brighter, a bit easier to see, less dark and murky, which does kind of fit with the storm chasing game, but you still want to see what you're doing. Yeah, the models on these houses are quite dark, but that might be more to do the shader that's being used rather than the lighting settings. Whoa, there's an edge of the road there. actually feel quite nervous driving this fast off-road. Gotta dodge things like rocks and logs. Whoa. We didn't die though, and that's what counts. Almost lost control of it. Yeah, one thing to note as well, the vehicle physics I'm using actually reacts, so now that I'm off-road, the tyres can slide a lot easier. This has less friction. Yeah, it looks like there's not in any good storms, at least not in any good position to intercept. Power slide. Yeah, this might actually put us in a better position now. I suppose next to Pilot Hill. Okay, still no good storms. I think I'll do one last intercept, and I do need to get some sleep before tomorrow. So we've got this one here, but it's really far away. Look at it. Yeah, it looks quite cool actually. We've got something over there. Okay, let's head up. That one's closer. Let's head over there. In third-person view, because I quite like this. It's not the easiest mode to control in, but cool views of everything. What time is it in the game? 3 PM, so we've still got some daylight left. What's the ETA on this version? I've play tested it. There's a few minor niggles, but I think I can deploy it. So right after this stream, I'll push the update. So hopefully about 5-10 minutes or so. Just as soon as we've got the next successful intercept, I need to go to bed. So after this intercept, buy some upgrades. I'll push this update so people can play it, and then I'll get some sleep. Maybe some cereal as well. Gotta get my cereal before bed. Kind of cereal. Probably get Shreddies. I don't know if that's a thing in the US. Are Shreddies a thing? When I was in the US, cereals I mainly ate were like granola and that. Oh, and then I think it was honey waffles or something like that. I really like those. Shredded wheat's not quite the same thing. Let me just check. I always get Shreddies and shredded wheats mixed up. Let me. No, not shredded wheat. That's something different. Shreddies are, imagine you take a shredded wheat and then shrink it down and then crush it flat, and then you pretty much got yourself a shreddy. To make this even more complicated, I should add a manual mode where you have to press shift to engage the clutch, and then like the arrow keys or the number keys to choose your next gear, and then if you let go of shift too soon after shifting gear, then the car stalls. Imagine trying to drive manual while with a horrible keyboard layout, while chasing a tornado would be stressful. It's called Chex cereal. No, I think Chex are something different as well. Let me go have a look. Let me Google these. I think I might have had those once or twice while I was in the US as well. Oh, yeah, no, Crispix, Chex. Yeah, the honey pillows. Yeah, those are what I had. Not the same thing. Oh, actually, Honey Nut Chex. They look quite close, actually. Yeah, Chex. Sorry, I'm looking at these. Actually, yeah, they look really close. They're more than likely the same thing under a different name. For example, you have Lay's. I don't know if you call them crisps or chips. Whereas here we have Walker's crisps, and they're the exact same thing and the exact same logo. It's just Walker's is replaced with the word Lay's. But I know in America, there's some certain things which we have here in the UK which are the exact same, they're just rebranded. I'm getting this urge, I want to try and flip the car vertically end for end, but I don't think the brakes are going to be strong enough to do that. Try braking in hand. You can see the momentum shifting it forward, but still. It's no way we're going to flip that. Sorry, it's got quite quiet. I'm in a really remote part of the map and just note is happening. Let's head towards Dayspring, at least it looks like something might be happening there. This is going to sound stupid. What does fish and chips mean in the UK? Not really a stupid question. So, fish and chips or chips are not, I guess what you'd call chips in the US. Chips are kind of like fries, but in the UK they're a lot fatter. So it's not the same thing as French fries. It's like a fat French fry. And then the fish is usually could be scampi, which is a good one. And I think the standard thing, I think it's battered cod, is usually the standard one. But things that some people, at least my family who do, will say we're going to get fish and chips, whereas we're only really going to get the chips, but we still call it fish and chips. It's just one of those things. Potato wedges? No, potato wedges are different. Best thing I say is go on Google, search British fish and chips. You'll see you should see a good picture of them. A picture will do a better job than me trying to describe them. Practice some driving test maneuvers just while we're waiting. Try and parallel park next to this siren. So if I remember right, you stop so that your rear wheels are there, and then full crank, and then full crank the other way. It's a lot easier in third person view. Try and do it from view I'm used to from actually driving. So I'd probably pull up to about there. Then I'd go full crank to the right, and then I'd start reversing. And then at this point I'd be using my right mirror to try and place myself. I can't, so let's watch the front end of the car, let's reverse, and then back. There we go. Parallel park. Okay, we've got a storm now. Brief driving lesson is over. Can you drive into a house at top speed? I can, but then I'll die, and I've just got into this storm. Okay, 2,000 meters away from the intercept point. Silverfield's in trouble, so let's bomb it south. Have a good night, full family. I'll be hopefully getting some sleep soon. Yeah, one thing I do need to add to this is car parks or parking lots, as you say in America. Just have them with some, like they have to have low poly, or reasonably low poly models of cars, just to get thrown about. Okay, the intercept's now less than 2 kilometers, and it looks like it's moving from our left to our right. So we're likely want to position ourselves over there somewhere. But let's just head in this direction, try and warn Silverfield, get a bit extra money. Try for this corner here. We should be able to corner at 85 in a Jeep. Are you gonna make a custom warning system noises for the service? Possibly, but kind of the idea of this is that you receive the warning and you go and warn the residents. So if the weather service is issuing the warning, there's not really any reason for you to be going to sound the siren. I guess you could assume nobody in this game ever buys a weather radio or watches TV. Yeah, I think that's starting to strengthen. What it could be is more of a like a radio call. So it'd be somebody saying Silverfield's in danger. Go warn Silverfield. Or please warn the residents in Silverfield that have less than 3 minutes to take shelter. Then you've got to go and warn them. This is starting to get a bit sketch. Handbrake, 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 handbrake. Right. Where's the siren? It's over there. Not good. I think the wind's starting to get a bit breezy. This is a good photo opportunity. So let's see who's taking shelter. Okay, 53, 58. Go a bit faster. Look at that backlit. That's going to look quite intimidating in a bit. Pilot Hill, we're not going to get over there. I think the tornado's just going to ride off happily into the sunset. So I don't think I'm going to have time to attempt that contract because it's getting quite late now. So what I'm going to do is I'll see if I've got any unearned cash money. 175. Let's see. Is it any upgrades we can afford? No. So what I might do is just watch this one until the sun sets, and then push the new update so everybody else can play with the cyclic storms, if that's the correct terminology. You can hide the hood as well, don't know, you press F1 and hide the hood. Except, I don't think I've got Steam. No, this isn't in the Steam.com, so I have to go for a screenshot. I just press print screen and remember to paste it in the chat after. So I'm thinking, somebody suggested a dash mounted cam. I'm thinking of doing this so you've got this player camera here in the car, having it so I've set the position here where the player's head position is. So there could potentially be another swivel over there. Or I think how they used to do in the 90s, since it was a camcorder. I'm sure they used to mount them onto the side of the window there. So you could maybe have a window mounted camera on the other side you can toggle to. She would go out epically by driving. Whoa, those headlights are way too bright. Go out epically by crashing full speed into a house like someone suggested. So you find somewhere to build a bit of speed. Build up speed along here and then let's power slide. Didn't quite go to plan. Okay, try and keep our speed up, keep the 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 speed up. There we go. Right now with crashing into a house. So I'm going to have to sign off now. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Sorry it wasn't the most animated one. I've kind of got to keep my voice down since everybody else in the house is asleep except me. I'll push this update now, so you should see that in about 5 minutes time. And hope you'll enjoy. Thank you now, signing out.